Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 11 of Figuary. Still trying to catch up, as you can see. Actually, just to spoil, I'm actually on day 21. So I have around 10 videos to record, but that's neither here or there. To my memory, doing this day, it was actually very enjoyable. Really like some of the poses that CroquisCafe has given to the audience of who are following the Figuary challenge, and it was like quite enjoyable to draw all the poses and learn from them, and slowly getting better and focusing on different certain parts of the body in each pose time and trying to draw everything within the time limit of 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then 5 minutes being the longest. And so, without further ado, let's start with the first pose right here. And so, the first thing that comes to mind is that we have this sort of smooth transition at the bottom, but more importantly, is the leg coming down, up again, and a nice curve over, and then up to her eyes looking forward. I kind of feel on the head aspect could have angled it a little bit further, and she needs to look sort of this way. One thing to tell is where the jawline is, there's a larger or longer jawline. What this is just curved, and you can see the cheek on this side, in which case it will help us indicate the direction of the head. Kind of exaggerated and did not go a little high enough for the waist, and the body just seems quite squashed over here. At the time when I was drawing, oh, this is absolutely great, very smooth lines, but then kind of missed the proportion, and accuracy is not quite accurate as I wanted to be. Including this leg at the bottom, which I have said in the past, I do sort of enjoy sort of drawing legs, or feel like I'm a little bit stronger at drawing legs compared to hands, arms, and faces. But this leg here is still not sort of large enough to represent the real version. And let's go to the next one. Sorry about that. And so the next one, she is laying down, has her back laying here, and then a very strong handstand to hold the weight, otherwise she would fall over. And here I kind of like lost a little bit of space on the paper, squashing this sort of leg, making it a little bit smaller than real life. Also, this leg is not as long, but up here, kind of okay. Much better on the other leg and the arm sort of connecting it over. And that's just one thing of like, if the hand gets too long, then the leg would have to move. But then since both of them were working together, both of them, I think, in my opinion, were fairly accurate compared to the other parts of the body. But since I placed the butt here, just put the hand at the same place, and so the body and hand, and if we look at the measurements, it would sort of flow together quite well. Since if one is this length, then the other should be the other length as well. Try to do a little bit better with the angle of the head, not maybe a little bit too high, but we'll let that pass. And lastly, this side of the breast is a little bit higher than reality, but it's neither here or there. Moving on. Now this is another very cool pose where she sort of angled and then a nice sort of curve over. It does look quite straight, and it's sort of the upper leg would sort of have this curve, and then it will curve the other way forward, and then this leg is sort of positioned more forward, and so in my eyes it's sort of curving outward instead of just straight down as sort of a straight angle. This side of the leg, now that I see it, is a little bit too small, and the same with this one where the knees and measuring the knees lower is a little bit too short, mainly due to the mismeasurement of the paper itself. Arms down here also a little bit too short, but got sort of this angle fairly okay. Have to just watch out the hands and lower leg. Moving on from that, very stylish sitting pose and also a lower angle, and that's sort of the first thing of like I missed out on the actual perspective. This is more on sort of looking downwards instead of us looking upwards here, and so gotta watch out on the perspective, because if I just drew the line over here, which indicates that we are looking down on the chair, but if we look at actual, that line is here, so this is sort of very parallel, like this is the horizontal line we're looking up towards her, so we'll have to be careful of that. And so the head is looking upwards, this one is looking more diagonally because we set the camera a little bit wrong, and I think that's sort of the main thing for this one. Next pose, again very cool, we can see straight from the back, curved, and then going over, and then either leg is fine, whether it's going to be this leg in the front or this leg at the back, and then with a turn of like one side or this side being much larger than the other. Once again, kind of like missed out on the perspective that the camera is pointed lower, so we are looking up at the model. Here once again sort of looking down, or if not a little bit horizontal. We can look at the plane here, and so to sort of help us see, it's a little bit difficult to draw the body in sort of very high or very low perspective when most of the time we draw them a little bit straight, so we'll need to work on that in the future. Next, in the last pose, got a little bit more time. This is the 5-minute one. Really made her backside a little bit too big, especially this upper part of the leg, which I would say should be a little bit smaller. Sort of this lower half and curve, I think does a little bit better. I needed to just draw this one a little bit lower, and that would be fine. Once again, the lower ankle and leg, I think I'm starting to draw them a little bit too small. We need to work on that in the future. And then exaggerated this sort of curving up motion a little bit more, that she is sort of sitting up, shoulders are actually facing forward. Tried to do that, but because I curved this one up too high, it started to look a little bit weird over here. And then the face is a little bit too round than her actual face, but that will be an exercise for another time. And so that is day 11 of Figuary. Don't once again, if you're sort of seeing this and don't know about Figuary, go check out CroquisCafe and Love Life Drawing. If you want to sort of exercise figure drawing and to get better at sketching. I'm also trying to get better every single day, and this is just a small journal and self-critiquing. If you like this kind of style of self-critiquing, then be sure to subscribe, and I'll hope to see you all next time. Bye for now.